Markiplier. You all know who Markiplier is. I hope. I would hope that you know who Markiplier is. I'm going to assume that you do. He is a legend over here on YouTube. Absolute legend of the game. Veteran of 15 years probably at this point. Maybe not quite that long, but he's been around for a long time at this point. So Markiplier had been working on this movie called Iron Lung, based off of a video game. I've never played the game, truthfully. I've never played the game that his film's based off of. I will at some point, I think, and I would like to get around to watching the movie as well. So Markiplier had been working on this movie, Iron Lung. He had self-financed it. He stars in it. He's written it alongside somebody else. I'm not sure. But anyway, he's self-financed this independent film. He's put 3 million into it, and it's been doing the rounds. It's been making the news. It's been getting headlines because it has completely blown up. It was initially supposed to play in just 50 theatres, I believe, and now after about a week, it's now going to play in 2,000. It's now gone up to 2,000 theatres that it's going to play at, and in its first week, it's done 25 million in its first week, and it had a budget of 3 million, which was all financed by Markiplier, and in the first week, it's done 25 million. So it's a complete success. It's a complete hit, smash hit already. I mean, even if it doesn't make any more money, even if it doesn't make another penny, another cent, it's a huge hit because it's made 25 million on a $3 million budget. And it has just completely destroyed Hollywood. This film has completely destroyed Hollywood. It's wrecked their game. So I think it might be a big win for independent filmmaking. Markiplier cries while thanking fans for supporting his Iron Lung movie. Mark Fishback shared an emotional moment with fans after his new movie Iron Lung managed to win big at the box office over the weekend. The YouTube star took to a live stream in the wake of the theatrical premiere of his debut feature film to speak about its success and clear up any confusion about how it compared to competing films. He starts the 25-minute video crying as he speaks about the response he's received so far. Yeah, complete smash hit, complete win for Markiplier here. Man, it's been a bit of an emotional day, not gonna lie. It's been a bit of an emotional day in a good way, in the best way possible. Markiplier, fighting back tears, said during the Sunday broadcast, "Everything good. Everything's fine. I don't even know where to start." Okay, so I'll first say, man, just thank you guys. Just thank you guys so much because it's been a really special day. What starts with Markiplier's reaction to a positive review from fellow content creator H. Bomber Guy then turns into a moment reflecting on his mark on independent filmmaking. Iron Lung premiered alongside Sam Raimi and Disney's R-rated Send Help, but both films spent the weekend neck and neck for the #1 spot. That's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Although Send Help will continue its run while alongside drops out of the box office race and most theatres, the $21.5 million the film has made globally means it more than made up for its reported $3 million budget. It also means Markiplier is going to be able to give the crew a big bonus, which is fucking awesome, man. That is fucking awesome. This is a huge win. It's a huge win for Markiplier. It's a huge win for us over on YouTube, I think, in many ways. It's a huge win for independent filmmaking, absolutely, and it's a huge win for filmmaking in general, man. It really is. It's awesome. It's awesome. This is what it's all about. It really is. I mean, just think about I don't know what the number is, the thousands, the tens of thousands of independent movies, short films, small little films out there that just never get seen, never get to, make an impact. And then we get occasional wins like this. And it's awesome. It's very, very cool. So let's talk some numbers, because I'm sure you all are interested in the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Okay, I'm a numbers guy. Okay, I'm a numbers guy. I am, truthfully, a little bit of a numbers guy. I'm a little bit of a numbers nerd. A little bit. Markiplier's Iron Lung removed from box office charts, returns making 7 times its budget. Yeah, they took it off. Disney wasn't too happy. About Markiplier's win. Whether it's the triumphant return of Sam Raimi or the exceptionally divisive Melania documentary, there are multiple box office stories to cover this weekend, but the most impressive is what's happening with Iron Lung. The movie, entirely self-financed by YouTube legend Markiplier, Mark Fishback, gave Send Help a run for its money, earning $17.8 million to its $20 million. But Iron Lung also made $21.7 million in total worldwide. But something strange happened when Markiplier noted that Iron Lung had been erased on a number of box office charts, which only showed Send Help and Melania instead. Yeah, man, they tried to gaslight us into thinking that Iron Lung wasn't completely dominating. It was. It just proves how fucking salty and jealous and conniving and scheming these fucking suits and these fucking executives and these studio heads are. They really are. Like, the Hollywood elites are just the most conniving, jealous, pathetic little weasels ever. They really, really are. This quickly created a narrative of the mainstream is trying to keep independent films / YouTubers down, though it seems unlikely this was the case. Obviously, that would never happen. We're all a bunch of conspiracy theorists, and we should probably shut up about everything, shouldn't we? And it was probably just a glitch. These glitches, man. I'm getting worried about these. I'm getting worried about these glitches. We get a lot of glitches. I'm getting worried about them. I'm getting concerned about these glitches. Iron Lung appears to be back in second place across all charts I can see, including the most widely cited one, Box Office Mojo, where I never saw it vanish in the first place as I tracked it over the weekend. Yeah, sure, it wasn't all of them. But it was a lot of them. Even though Send Help took first at the box office, Iron Lung, at least so far, is technically the biggest success. Iron Lung, again, self-financed by Markiplier, reportedly did not cost more than $3 million, making $21.7 million in its first weekend, would be roughly 7 times its budget. Low-budget horror has been known to break out and earn a lot of money for relatively little investment, but it's far from a guarantee. Send Help, meanwhile, reportedly cost $40 million. But it is also, Send Help is also a Disney production, and their Disney budgets are just totally inflated. Disney budgets are always just huge, regardless of what it is. And I mean, this win for Markiplier proves that studios like Disney are destroying themselves with their crazy, huge, inflated budgets, and that you can make a great movie and have box office success on little money. I mean, $3 million is a lot of money, but it isn't in the world of Hollywood. I mean, it's a lot of money for an independent film when there usually isn't big backing, studio backing. But in the studio world, in Hollywood, $3 million is nothing. You know? And that is a problem that a lot of big studios have. It's like we're getting to a point where movies are becoming so expensive that they can't take risks. They literally can't afford to take risks, which is where a lot of the problems are occurring. That's why we have a lot of the problems we have. That's why we have a lack of creativity, a lack of risk taking. Nothing. It's very rarely do we get a movie where it's like, that's interesting, that made me think, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. It's literally always the complete opposite of that, because movies are just far too expensive. It's $200 million, $250 million to make a movie these days, and that price tag is only going up and up. And wins like this prove that you don't need to spend $250 million on a movie for it to be great and to be a box office success, to win at the box office, which is what they really want at the end of the day. It is a little ironic, as you can compare what's happening here to the movie adaptation of a game that put Markiplier fully on the map, Five Nights at Freddy's. That too was underestimated by box office forecasters and ended up grossing $291 million worldwide on a reported $20 million budget, almost a 15x multiplier. If Iron Lung is already at 7 times in one weekend, well, we can see where it ends up in the coming weeks as it expands into more markets. This was originally planned as a fairly limited release, but demand expanded it to 3,000 theatres, where it was able to rack up these numbers. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I thought it was expanded to 2,000, but it was expanded to 3,000, which is incredible. It really is. I don't think we've got it over in the UK yet. I think it's still just playing in the States. I think it's just playing in America at the moment. Don't think it's made its way over to the UK yet. So if it does, I'm going to keep my eye out for that, because I would like to see it. I am interested in it. I mean, we've had a few YouTubers break out into independent filmmaking now. We had those two guys, I think they were both YouTubers, or at least one of them were YouTubers. They've gone and done a couple of horror movies already. We've had those guys. I think I went and saw one of their movies out in the theatres. And we had Chris Stuckman. We had him go off and do a movie. He might have done. He might have done a couple now. He did at least. He did that one. He did that little film. I think it was a horror film, and I think it ended up doing really well. So we've had Stuckman go off and do some films. I think he's put a couple out now. We had those two guys who've done a couple horror movies at this point, and now we've had Markiplier have this huge success. So hopefully he does. Hopefully he does more. He does more projects, because this is awesome. This is a huge win, and someone like Markiplier being at the forefront of independent filmmaking would be very significant. It would be very significant, and that would be awesome to see, really. But I mean, the mainstream media trying their hardest to scrub Iron Lung from the charts, trying to hide Iron Lung from the charts is expected. That's it, really. That's not particularly shocking that they tried to do that. That's very, very much in the realms of possibility. Well, literally happened. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Makes perfect sense. Because I mean, he has destroyed them in a couple ways, and the main way he's done them in is that he's really showed them in a very open way that you don't need to spend $200 million, $250 million, $300 million to make a movie. You can spend $3 million on a movie, and it can be great, and it can make its money back. It can make 7 times its budget. It's like spending $600 million on The Rise of Skywalker. Fucking insane, fucking ridiculous. And then it's like The Rise of Skywalker doesn't make any money. I believe it broke even. So yeah, it didn't lose money, but it didn't technically make money because it broke even. I mean, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and then 20, 25, 30 years ago, the idea that a Star Wars movie would only break even, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, before Disney came along, a Star Wars movie never lost money. The thing about Star Wars was, yeah, there was a good chance the critics weren't going to love it, this and that, but the one thing you could guarantee is that it would make a fuck ton of money. And ILM would clear up at the awards that year. Those were the guarantees for Star Wars, but now Disney ran that into the ground so much that that's not even a guarantee anymore. This should be pretty eye-opening for them. That they're just failing miserably, and Markiplier is crushing them. They are losing to Markiplier, and I love to see it. I really do. I mean, I'm a big fan of Markiplier. I think most people are. I mean, I've never really met anyone who actively hates Markiplier. He's a pretty chill guy. He's a pretty cool guy. So yeah, you love to see it. You really do. You love to see it. I do, especially. It's great. It really is. So hopefully he keeps going. Maybe he'll transition fully into being a filmmaker, and that'll be the next stage in his career. That would be That'd be cool to see. We'll see. So yeah, that's all I wanted to cover for today. So yeah, see you later.